Hey everyone, welcome to the TopDeckKing channel. For all the new watchers, thanks for watching my videos. Hopefully you'll subscribe. For all the people who are subscribed already, well, thank you for subscribing. It's allowing me to continue to making videos. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe, hit that like, that notification, the bell button to see when I have post new videos. But let's go ahead and get into the deck. So today we're playing some Sultai Ultimatum deck in Historic. It's already a strong deck in Standard, but you get new tools in Historic, so I wanted to try it out. So some of the new stuff that you get compared to Standard and Historic is, well, you get Growth Spiral and Explorer. So you get extra ramp, so you can, instead of playing the the enchantment that can put it onto a land to give you a green mana, it's better just to play Explore and Growth Spiral because this draws you a card. They're both 2 mana, and this draws you a card. The other one doesn't. I mean, the other one you can sack for 6 mana to create a 2/2 wolf, but that's not really worth it. I'd rather be drawing cards. We get access to Narset, which gives us Emergent Ultimatum quicker. We get Maelstrom Pulse, which allows us to destroy stuff, anything. You get Liliana, so, but yeah, let's go ahead and go into the deck makeup real fast. So we're running 4 Fatal Pushes. We need to get rid of, since this is a control deck, we want to get to turn 7 and beyond, or I mean technically turn 6 and beyond. We need early removal to keep the board clear. And as far as counter spells, we're going 2 Jordy, 2 Negate, 2 Jordy because worst case scenario, it's also a land. It can counter things early in the game. So I like it at 2. There could be possibly, you could do this at 4 and maybe cut the negates, but I like the negates for the fact that it's a hard counter spell and Jordy Disruption is not. So that's why I have a 2/2 mix here. Obviously, we're Sultai, so we're going to be running 4 Omens of the Sea. No doubt about it. This card's good. It's a 2 mana flash, scry, draw cards, so there's no reason not to be running for this. 1 Valky, because we only need 1 when we play Sultai Ultimatum. Then we can play, if give us Valky or not. And if it goes into the graveyard, then we have commit to shuffle it back. I don't believe you need more than 1. 1 should be good enough here. We have 4 Growth Spirals, 4 Explorers here. We need to ramp up to hit Ultimatum sooner than turn 7. Hopefully, you can hit a turn 5, turn 6, even it's better rather than turn 7. So we have 4/4 split there. 3 Narset. Since, as you can see, most of our deck is just all spells except for Valky. You have an exception with also Vorinclex. Outside of those 2 cards, every single card in this deck is spells, so Narset should hit. Obviously, you can't hit lands, but Narset should hit, I would say, 90 to 100% of the time. But obviously, you could just get screwed and not hit. But so 3 of those. 2 Maelstrom Pulse, since we're in Sultai. This card's amazing. It's a 3 mana card that can destroy anything on board. That's pretty good. So 2 of those as our early removal as well. We have 1 Languish, 1 Yahini's Expertise. So obviously Languish is it does -4/-4, which is better. But we're doing 1 Yahini's Expertise because, as you see, we have so many spells here that are 3 mana or less. So we're trying it as a one-off to see if the 3/3 matters. And in Historic, a lot of cards do have 3 toughness, like, what is it, the Mayhem Devil guy, the Cats, the Dreadhorde Arcanist, the Loras. So there's a lot of cards that are running 3 toughness here. So I don't feel like it's going to change. That was kind of odd. I don't feel like it's going to change it that much. So I have 1 Yahini's Expertise and 1 Languish. And like I said, you can cast anything early here. 4 Binding the Gods. This card's amazing when it came out of Kaldheim. It destroys anything once again. Any non-land permanent. It grabs you a land, so it helps you ramp up to the Ultimatum. So we have 4 of these. 1 Commit, because we're running Narset for 1. And in case, say, we lose some of these cards, we can use Commit to reshuffle the graveyard and then do it again. And then, like I said, if you have Narset in play, you just play Memory, and you draw 7, they draw 1. 3 Shadows Verdict is technically our massive board wipe here. So there's a lot of the decks that we have this against are the Dreadhorde Arcanist deck, the Auras deck, the the Jund Sacrifice deck, the the Gruul Aggro deck. So this card is good against like 4 or 5 of the decks that are being played. 3 Nissa, we're in Sultai. She's gonna be good. She gives us the mana ramp, the win condition. So yeah, she's just good. And then when you emblem her, your lands become indestructible. One of the Liliana's in here specifically, I mean, it's a good planeswalker, but it's a lot better when you play Vorinclex, Emergent Ultimatum into Vorinclex, Liliana, and Alrund's Epiphany. So they're either going to give you Vorinclex and an extra turn, or they're going to give you an extra turn to Liliana, or they're going to give you Liliana and Vorinclex. Then you get to Ultimatum, you get to Ultimate the Liliana and win the game just like that. So 100%, they're probably not going to give you they're not going to give you Liliana and Vorinclex. So most likely they're just going to give you Vorinclex and Alrund's Epiphany, which is also fine because you hit him for 6, take an extra turn, and then hit him for 8. So you just hit him for 14 damage. So Liliana is great in this deck. Just like Valkyrie, you only need 1. Same with Vorinclex, you only need 1 because you really want to be ultimatuming it. 2 Alrund's Epiphany, it's a good card. Take extra turns, it's good. I've also wanted to take this up to like 3, maybe 4, just because this card is so good and you're ramping so much anyways, that this is really never going to be a turn 7 play. It's always going to be earlier due to the fact how fast you can ramp. You have 4 growth spirals, 4 explorers, 4 bindings. Like, you're just going to be ramping. You have Nissas to help you with the mana. So I'm debating on bringing this up to 3 at least, so we'll see. 1 QR best on the Sea Gods. It's a solid card because the 8/8 is hexproof. It taps all permanents down for a turn, and then it takes control. It's being also there. Ultimatum can grab it. It's a monocolor card. 1 Seagate Restoration. This is here strictly for Ultimatum because Ultimatum can grab it and you can cast it and then draw cards. We're playing Sultai Ultimatum, so obviously we're going to be running 4 of these. There's nothing special about the lands here. Obviously, you're just running the Sultai lands here. Obviously, and you're running 1 of the Ketria Triumph because it gives you the red. It's a green source that Binding of the Gods can grab, but it gives you red for Valkyrie, so you can play Tibble. The sideboard, Mystical Disputes, counter spells, graveyard removal. This is good against aggro decks because it's a 6/6 with vigilance and can gain life pretty much, or create dudes, or draw us cards. This pretty much exiles graveyard, and in Historic there's a lot of graveyard recursion, so this is good. And it's in a color, so we could cast it. Mystical Disputes there, just as like I said, counterspell. Shark Typhoon's there against the control matchups, so that way you can just cycle and put pressure on. Same with Dark Distortion, it's there for the control matchups. It can't be countered, and it exiles all their cards in their hand. So, or I should say all their spells in their hand. So this is the deck. But yeah, it looks pretty solid. It's good in standard. I'm pretty sure it's probably better. It's a lot better in Historic. So let's go ahead and get into the match and see how it works out. Alright, let's try some Ultimatum deck in Historic. See how this works. Some Ultimatum deck. Don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but let's find out. Let us see what is happening. Alright. Ilginion B. Okay. Alright. Come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. Come on. Come on. I just want to play. Just play. Let's go. Ilgion B. Let's do it. Alright. Found a match. That doesn't look good. But I don't know what my opponent's playing. I'm on the draw, so we're going to try it. Oh no, blue-black. Well, not good.
We drew another land. Definitely not good. Kept a greedy hand, I guess. I'm assuming we're playing against maybe rogues or something. But they don't have a Loras as a companion, so maybe not. But I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Just gonna use that to grab black anyway, so just go ahead and get it out of the way. Maybe it's blue-black control, actually. That's what it looks like. Because they're playing Fetid Pools, Thoughtseize. They haven't played anything else other than that, so it's probably blue-black control. Yep. Blue-black control. Alright, so we need black mana here. Drawing the gate's actually pretty decent. So we'll just play that and then just pass. It's a good draw. I was otherwise going to grab Yorion to my hand, but drawing the gate seems like a good draw. Depending on what he does, I mean. If he counter something. Another ultimatum. Just pass turn, I guess. We still need another black to even be able to play ultimatum, but... Oh, Grixis. The old Grixis. I'm just going to hold up 2 counter spells here. There's red, but wait, there's red. I wonder if he's playing the combo Grixis. I have a combo Grixis deck. I wonder if he... I mean, I haven't seen Valky, though. Oh, here's our other black mana. We're getting closer to the ultimatum. Alright. It's just a control deck. I have to start throwing stuff out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm probably going to throw out Nissa here just to bait it out. Bait a counter spell out, you know? That's a bad draw. I could also throw out the ultimatum or the binding 1, 2, 3, 4, but then it doesn't really do this any good. So I'm just throw out Nissa and draw a counter spell. I could fight over this too with negate possibly, so we could like force out multiple counter spells. Also makes him sack his Fabled Passage. So, good game. He won already? What the heck? Okay, now he's just spamming me with everything. Oh, that's fair to push. Good game, huh? Okay. Alright. So what do you have? It's good game, opponent. What do you have that it's good game? Vraska's Contempt. Sure. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be mana 7. Just grab Yorion to hand and play Omen, I guess. What was the good game? Nice good game spam for? Some players just have no respect. Just like, okay, but don't need both of these against a control deck. No thanks. Alright, Omen. Okay. Could play Binding of the Gods to destroy something, but I mean, not destroy something, but to go and thin the deck out of lands, but We'll just play Omen. My opponent is very mad here. Technically need a land. So keep it. Another one. Sure. Just keep on going, I guess. Just keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Let's just mute this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just mute him. How many times did he spam it if I'm still seeing it? Opponent's annoying, so just let him have his fun spamming. We're not gonna bother with that. Just let him do what he wants to do. Go for it, opponent. I'm gonna start throwing things out here. Ugh. Yep. I mean, I got 2 strong cards here, so Ultimatum and Yorion are both powerful cards here. So either way, I mean, we could cast either one of them. If he has another counterspell, he has another counterspell. I'm sure he does, but you know. Oh well. The way you lose against control is by not playing anything. Once you start not playing anything, you're just feeding him, and they're just gonna be able to win that way. So let's play Growth Spiral into, I guess, another Growth Spiral. We can't do another one though, but all right. I could have sacked that actually. That might have been smart. All right, let's play Kiora's Best Sea God. Force him to counter this. Because the 8/8 is hexproof, so if he wants to let me have that, then okay. Torrential Gearhulk, sure. Sinister Sabotage. Sabotage. Well, now we got something for Binding of the Gods, I guess. Got something for bonding. For El Bindo. He probably has the, what's it called in his hand that I'm assuming too, right? The 6 mana, do the copy the creature crap, whatever it is. Alright, so play Binding, destroy this Torrential Gearhulk. If he counters this with that card that I'm talking about, then we get to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. So he is playing the Valky combo. So what's the Torrential there for? Just because? Interesting. So what could he cast from the graveyard? Nothing at the moment. But I guess he could flash that in to cast that again. Sure, that's fine. Okie dokie. So I'm going to shock this so I can sack 2 Omens. Because I don't need them in play anymore now that I lost Yorion. So we're just going to shock it. And then just do the Omen stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need another negate or something would be nice, but I mean, he could have flashed it in, but that doesn't really help him out here, so oh, I can't really do that, right? Actually, this is after I draw. So let's just sack one of the Omens. Don't need either one of those. Draw. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That was hilarious. So he has another, I'm assuming he has another one of those release the whatever's in his hand, since he's doing that. Because otherwise, why cast it, I guess? It seems like it's not worth it, but I don't know. We'll see. He's digging for stuff. He's digging. Too bad it's only 4 costs or less. Otherwise, boom. Don't need more lands. Let's crack again. Liliana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, Liliana seems fine. I wonder. Kind of looking for a negate, so I'm just gonna bottom that. Really looking for a negate. Even our Alrund's Epiphany, I guess we might be fine. Nissa's not what I'm looking for either. Liliana is just technically better right there than Nissa. Alright, let's play the Pulse first. Try to kill it. He counters this, that's perfectly fine. Sure. Yep, see, figured he had another one of those. Alright. I mean, he's probably still spamming me here. Sure he is. Try calling on Tybalt here and see if that works. Come on, Tybalt. Are you going to work, old Tybalt? 3, 4, hits 4 mana. Tybalt! The Tybalt hit. Exile, target non-land permanent for as long as it makes. Owner may cast it. Its owner may cast it for free. Ah, Vraska's Contempt. Sure. Well, we have to go for this next turn, I guess. Growth Spiral. So we gotta put this on blue, I guess. Let's draw a card. No, too much mana. Too much mana. Well, if he has a counterspell, he has a counterspell. Got these pushes that don't do anything anyway, so gotta go for it. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Alright. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana afterwards. Alright. Let's see the counter. Let's see the no counter spell. So Alrund's Epiphany, Vorinclex, and Liliana. If it gives me Liliana and Vorinclex, we win the game, I guess, I think, with that, maybe. No, we don't, actually, because he could kill Vorinclex, and then, yeah, actually, Vorinclex and Liliana, we lose the game if he has a removal. Then I'm going to have to do, alright, select the cards to cast. See, so he gave me this. That must mean, crap. That means I have to do minus on Liliana. Right? I have to do the minus. And then you could kill this in response, I guess. Sure. Another Vraska's Contempt. Alright, well, we gotta do the minus. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. He might just be dead. He might have another. Yeah, he has that. Alright. Let's see what we could do with Narset, I guess. Let's see. Let's see what we hit. Shadow's Verdict, Maelstrom, Pulse, Negate, Explore. Nice. Does absolutely nothing for us. Would have been nice to have that negate. I guess I should have played Narset first, but then I wouldn't have hit negate anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, actually. Never mind. I wouldn't have hit negate anyways, because I shuffled my deck anyways. Alright. Just gonna bring in cards that matter. If a card would be put into a opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. I mean, it helps Torrential against the Torrential Gearhole, but let's see what we have first. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We have 81 at the moment, so it doesn't seem like we're going to bring that in. Let's see what else can we do. Thinking maybe Maelstrom Pulse. Binding of the Gods. Binding helps me get mana though. Take out one of the pulses. Binding helps me, worst case scenario, grab a land, ramp, and that's what I need, you know, to ramp. So we'll do that. My opponent is a little, as they say, butthurt with his spamming. I turned him off because it was annoying. This hand, whatever. We have a ramp spell. We have 4 lands. We'll keep. It's not great, but it's not the worst case scenario. I mean, obviously we need some. I mean, we don't have any dead cards, so that's the other reason why I'm keeping, because we don't have any dead cards. All right. What? It's back on. Do I have to mute him again? Do I legit have to mute him again? Oh, we're just drawing a bunch of lands now. Drawing a ton of lands. Looks like I might have to, oh my god. Alright, so I think I'm just going to keep casting spells here then. Because I have a turn 5, turn 6, turn 7 play. So what do I need? I think we have black, black, black. So that's 3 black. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. So we don't need any blue. So it's between black and green. I guess I could just grab green then. Just throw out Yorion. Hopefully he counters this. Gotta try to draw him out of counter spells. If he doesn't, then we'll just start swinging with it. Yep, there it is. We wanted him to counter that. Aether Gust. To the graveyard. Yeah, we wanted him to counter that. That's fine. If he doesn't, I mean, unless he hits Thoughtseize, that's actually really good for us. Because then we could drop Liliana, but the problem also with Liliana would be, ooh, actually Nissa's even better. So there isn't a 1 mana blue counter spell that I can think of. So let's do this. Let's kill this. Play this. Alright. You're getting muted again. I don't know why it unmuted, but alright, you're getting muted again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he tapped out though. I guess the tapped out. I mean, what are the odds he has a dispute in his hand is the question. If he doesn't have dispute. 3, 4, 5, 6. Could also just play Liliana instead. But alright, guess I'll just play Liliana. Let's see what happens. He has to get rid of Liliana, and if he gets rid of Liliana, we have 5 power on board. So we could do stuff. There's Valky, he's going to transform it. We got no creatures. He's going to use his little card to go ahead and flip it. That's fine. Doesn't help him out technically here. He has to keep what? Yep. And if I do the minus, he's just gonna use that effect. Is it worth it to do that effect though? Force him to do it so then I can play Ultimatum. Could also play this out and force him to negate it, and then I can use Liliana's minus. Tough to say. If I'm gonna do that, I should probably... I'm trying to think, what is the smart play here? Alright, let's attack first, I guess. Let's see what happens. So I tap this for Gring. Force him to use his blink effect, and then we can play Ultimatum. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah. If he does this, if he blinks his guy, and then obviously he can cast it for 0 mana, but he's gonna tap out, so he's gonna use up all 3 of his mana. If he doesn't do this, I get to draw 2 cards anyway. So either way. Alright, good game. Can't be countered. Yep, good game. Can't be countered, opponent. Alright, let's see. I don't think we're changing anything. Let me just run it back. Like I said, Fatal Push for Valky. Obviously, he's playing the Valky combo. Is it worth it? Do I really want these Elder Gargs? I'm ramping. Seems good. Don't really have too many answers to Valky. Shark Typhoon. Seagate Emergent. Cut one. Put one of these back in. Alright. Maybe I should have done the pulse instead. I'm gonna have to mute this guy again. He's gonna be spamming nice and good game again. We'll keep. He's gonna be doing his little spamming again. But yeah, keep, because we have Jwari Disruption to stop him from. Oh, if he has Valky, that would be trouble for us. Because then he could take this. Oh, but I guess it requires 5 mana to do it, so never mind. It'd require him to play for 5 mana, Nope. Nice try, though. Not today, opponent. We have double blue, so let's cast another set of our own. I think I'll take Omen, but Jwari is also pretty good too. Omen or Jwari? I think we'll take Omen, because Omen could grab us probably a counterspell anyways. Mute this guy again. I don't get why people get so hurt for no reason. Like, come on. Didn't I mute you? How many times did you spam it before I muted you? Alright, it's like, come on, opponent. You get it. You get it. You're hurt. It's okay. Let's play Omen. See what we hit. Shark Typhoon and Pulse I don't care for. That I don't care for either, though. That I don't care for either. just gonna play Fable. Maybe I should have played Fable Passage first, just to thin the deck out. That could have been a possibility for us. All right, let's crack. We have a ton of green. We have triple black. We have double blue. Just grab a blue here. Growth Spiral. So I can add Yorion and play Growth Spiral. Yeah, let's do that. And pass turn. I mean, obviously we're getting to the turn where he's going to be able to play, what is it, Torrential Gearhole, but, you know, it's fine. We have some counter spells in the deck. Hopefully we could draw them. Interest tapped. We did well, didn't like we did that for a reason. Well, didn't work out in our favor. Never mind. I was like, I did that for the reason, as in I figured I probably wouldn't draw a land, but alright, that didn't work out. I mean, if we had Dot Distortion, we probably just win the game. If we hit Dot Distortion, too, let's find out. Cure Best Sea God. Come on. So many lands. So many lands. 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have shocked that. Should have shocked it and then use Omen. Alright, let's sack this. I need to hit Thought Distortion here or just gonna lose the game. Don't need either one of those. I mean, even a counter spell would be fine here. Alright, so if we play an Narset, it gets countered. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Maybe I should have played Elder Garg first and let that get countered. Yep, Sinister Sabotage. Okay, let's try the Elder. We put so many cards to the bottom of the deck. We've filtered through... Wow, Mystical Dispute. Okay. We filtered through so many cards, man. Gotta draw some action eventually. Ugh, yeah. Go grab your thought. Oh, Mystical Dispute. Alright, we got Jordan Disruption now. That's good. Alright, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's just play Nissa. If he tries to counter this, I have enough mana to stop it. Or I could just Jordan Disruption, the hard counter. Oh, come on. Negate. That's unreal. Let's kill the Narset. Pass turn. Alright, so we gotta play around Mystical Dispute that we know of. Thoughtseize, yep, goodbye, Cure, Best God, whatever. Oh man. So I'm gonna keep the Tri-lands in, so that way if I draw a Tri-land, I can, you know, go ahead and... Should I just throw Yorion out here? Yeah, let's just throw Yorion out. If I draw a Tri-land, I can cycle it. Okay, just gonna blink it. This is just pretty much thin the deck out some more. Literally, that's all we're doing. So thin the deck out. The less we have, the better. The less lands we have, the better. Like, we have so many powerful cards left in the deck. Oh, that's not technically one. I mean, it is one, but technically not also, because he has Mystical Dispute in his hand. So it doesn't technically work in our favor at the moment. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Creatures we have control have Death Touch now too. So if he flashes in,
I mean, I'll take the win with that guy. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 mana at the moment. There it is. Can't counter this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't counter this one, opponent. What you got? What you got? Let's go. Yep, doesn't work. He got it. I guess he just wants to surveil. Yep. Just wants to surveil. Oh. Look at this. His hand is... Come on, man. You joking, right? That's hilarious. Well, too bad your graveyard's gone. No, there you go. There's your good game. There's your good game, opponent. He had so many counter spells. That was ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just take the extra turn and win the game. Boom! Opponent was spamming us and we still won. Let's play some Sultai Ultimatum. Sultai Ultimatum deck. K-Bob! K-Bob! No, we don't get to play first. We don't get to play first. I wanted to play first, man. Let's find out what we are playing against, I guess. Ooh, one lander. No, no, thank you. We got 3 lands. All right, we'll keep this. We got 3 lands. Question is, what do I bottom here? It's not revealing a companion, so it doesn't give. I'm gonna bottom negate and hope that's the right play. Keep languish in case I need to board wipe something. And we have pulse as well. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I mean, playing Blood Crypt, so it's maybe no Rakdos would have Laura, so I don't think it's Rakdos Arcanist deck. It's probably playing a control deck then. It looks like. Play additional land this turn. Ooh, this doesn't count as a land, does it? Let's find out. Well, we drew a land anyways, I guess, so it does count a land. All right, we'll just play this as our land drop then. Because then I get to play Drown Catacomb and hold up 4 mana. I don't know if that matters, but I don't know if I'm going to draw another land. And Jordy's coming in, play tapped regardless. It looks like we're playing against some Jund deck, I guess. Or Junk or Jund. I don't know which one is which, but Jund or Junk. Nissa. Okay. So, alright, I'll take 3, I guess. That's weird. Don't they usually play, I think the creature is Jenga or something like that. Don't they usually play that in this deck? So, I mean, it doesn't give us any information because he didn't have it. So, interesting. I assume there's collected companies, obviously, in the deck. Coco's seem like Cauldron familiar. Yeah, that resolves. Okay. So he's just probably well, we get to play Languish. He gets a Sac too, so it doesn't really help us out. Let's see what we hit with some submit 1. Dun 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 dun. Not another fatal push. Not another fatal push. I could Maelstrom Pulse the Rogue Strider here. And then, yeah, I guess that might be fine. And wait for Languish, I guess. He's going to sack the token, maybe even the familiar, but definitely the token. Oh, he didn't even sack the token. Quite interesting. Interesting opponent. Okay. Got my attention. The 0-1 doesn't do anything. Does he have another one in his hand that that's why he didn't do it? Kind of weird, but okay.
He has 3 cards in his hand. We have 4. Golgari. Ugh. Alright, well. I could kill this. Doesn't really. Yeah, I guess we'll just kill the token. Golgari. Interesting. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting Golgari. That's for sure. I don't want him to sack the token to draw a card here, so we'll just do that. If he wants to plus sack the Cauldron Familiar, then that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine, I guess. Because he currently can't bring it out back from the graveyard at the moment. We get to put some pressure on it with Nissa. I wish I would have had Maelstrom Pulse now, but well, if he has Fatal Push, that sucks. I mean, grab black, that went instant. So let's see if he has Fatal Push. So no Fatal Push. I'm gonna shock this in case he kills, say, the Jwari Ruins. Then I can maybe Fatal Push something big. Ooh, he's shocked. Kill the Goose, sure. Cause now he can bring it back. Ugh. Corvold. So why play the Goose first is the question then. What's the reasoning to that? I guess we'll kill the Goose then. So he'll have to sack. Oh no, he'll sack that to bring the Familiar back, I guess. But then it prevents him from sacking multiple things, I guess. So he's gonna sack a land. Tax, sacrifice another permanent. Sacks a land, becomes a 5/5. He sacks the card, brings out Cauldron Familiar back. He gets another effect. Yeah, he's gonna draw a lot of cards here. Yep. It's gonna be quite massive, and then he sacks that. Yep, draws 2 more cards. It's a 7/7 now. Yikes. Kiora, Best Sea God. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. I'm trying to think what could be the best option here. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, 10, 11. So we could do 7. That's 10. I can also try attacking and then playing Languish. 2, 4, 6. That would be 7. So I think that's what we have to do. Just swing both to Vraska, let him block 1. Takes 3. Then we can tap this, play Languish. And then we'll add Yorion to our hand and pass turn, I guess. But he drew 6 cards that last turn. It's way too much card advantage. Don't see, and now there's a Trail of Crumbs. I don't see us winning the card advantage. And we lost 2 lands, which also kind of sucks, but it is what did. Oh, another one. Another Familiar. Another cat. So he sacks that, draws another card. Okay. Interesting. Sure. Wow, he has a lot of cats. He has a lot of cats. Alright, what you got? Majority Disruption, huh? Alright, so let's play this. And I could untap this and give me this mana up. Sure. No, I can't do that. I have to do this one. So attack here. Pass turn. Hold up Jordy if that comes to, how much does this guy cost? It costs 5, so he can cast it. Jordy doesn't stop it. Ooh, that was a little earthquake right now. Little mini earthquake. So we get to tap everything down. His life total is way too high for us for it to matter. We get to blink, play Yorion and blink, and then bring another 8/8. We get to also Nissa Emblem. And then that gives us all our lands. Okay. Oh, I might have messed up by doing that. I don't have double blue at the moment. Oh, he's gonna start pinging Nissa. Wait, did he really? Oh, he could sack with Ghost Rider. I was like, he's gonna start pinging Nissa, but he already sacked, or he already used Vraska. All right. Well, Nissa's not embleming then. Oh, he could sack that way too, I guess. And get himself 2 mana. Interesting. I'm surprised we're kind of still in the game. You know? Alright, so if I hold full control, if I emblem, I think it doesn't work that way. Take it off full control, I guess, now. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Then I can use this, blink the Kiora, Best Gods, whatever it is. So blink this. Play Explore, since we still have mana open. Oh, there we go. Guess we're just playing this as our land now. Attack the Vraska. Says tap target non permanent control. They don't untap during their controller's next end step. Alright. Could also just have attacked him, but what is he gonna do here? I mean, he could sack a creature, but that doesn't help him. And then it comes back in play and I create an 8/8 anyways. I guess the only problem here I have is, do I just lose the game? Because he can, I mean, I don't know how, if he can, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. They're all tapped still. Can he do, he has enough to bring back the Woe Strider from the graveyard. Can he do 9 points of damage with the Mayhem Devil is the question. We have 8, 16, 20, 23 points of damage. That's not enough. Well, we're just going to go grab Vorinclex, Liliana. Okay, so he's going to bring out another one. Yep. So he has 2, 4, he has 5 damage. 6 damage. 7, 8 damage. That's game. No, we're at 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the Fable Passage is 6. Even the Mayhem Devil, if he sacks Mayhem Devil, that's 7. That's not enough. 1 to the bottom. Okay. It's not lethal from what he has. The question is, do I have lethal on the backswing? Yep. Keep on doing it. So if we get Auron's Epiphany, Vorinclex, and Liliana, I don't think that's enough. So if he gives me Liliana and Vorinclex, then he loses almost everything. That might be enough. If he gives me Elrond's Epiphany, actually that might be just game if we do it that way. If we don't die here, we might just win. We're at 3. He can sack Woe Strider to make it 4. He can sack Woe Strider and Devil. We're at 1. We're at 1 life at the moment. Could he do something else? Obviously, if he has if he had Witch's Oven, he would have just played it. He would have won the game. Okay. Tap all your permanents. What you got? Let's go. Let's do Ultimatum. Let's see if we win the game here. Alright. So, Foreign Klex. Alrun. Do I even want Foreign Klex? Yeah, I think I do. Alrun for sure. And Liliana, I think. Alright. If he gives us Alrun and Lily, we win. If he gives us Vorinclex and Lily, we win. If he gives us... Okay, so don't we just win? Because we get the emblem here. Oh, wait, but it says sack. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control in each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. No, that doesn't work. Alright, wait. Never mind, that doesn't work. We would lose the game. So, I need to do this first. That was a mistake. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, man. So, 8, 16, 20, 26. Is that just lethal? 8, 16, 20, 26, 29. I mean, am I missing something here? So, Elrond, Nissa, and Valky? Am I missing something? Is he able to gain life here or something? Definitely cast that. Cast that. What's going on? What am I missing here? So, exile target artifact or creature. Let's exile this. Sure. You have 2 mana. Okay. It doesn't really matter what land I untap because they're indestructible now. Combat. Attack. Okay. Wow. We got that one, huh? Alright. Alright, but look at that. Look what we have on the board, man. Look at this board. Alright. Alright, so this deck, we need the ley lines. Definitely need the ley lines. I do like these also. Let me switch views. Don't need Thought Distortion. Don't need Shark Typhoon. Don't need Mystical Dispute. Okay. So negate is good and not good because like the only thing I want to counter would be the what is it? The Witch's Oven. So I think maybe I cut those. Especially since it's like the creatures that are the main problem against, you know, that I'm going to be fighting. Shadow's Verdict is good. Yeah, Henny's is technically, it's good, yeah. Languish is good. Maybe I cut one of the growth spirals here. Maybe I don't need this many elders. Cut one of those. Fatal Push. I don't know. It's like, if I don't get the revolt trigger, it's bad. But if I get the revolt trigger, it's actually good because I could kill all his creatures just about. Woe Strider, Mayhem Devil. Otherwise, it only can kill the cat at the moment. So maybe I cut one at least. Let's see. Maybe I'll cut 2 of those. Because I got the Leyline of the Voids, technically. So that's good. I mean, Kiora, Best of the Sea God, won us the game. But I don't think we need that in this matchup. Technically won us the game. But, you know, I feel like it's a little too expensive to be doing what it needs to be doing against this matchup. So we'll just cut it. Alright, Shadow's Verdict's very good against this matchup, though. Alright, I'm gonna risk it. Since we won game 1, I'm gonna risk it and keep. We have lands and spells, so that's why. Oh, man. One card too deep. One more card. Man, that would have been so good to have that in play right now. Oh, that would have been nice. Alright, well, we gotta grab blacks for this and this. Yep, Cauldron Familiar. There you are. Ooh, that's actually a really good draw. Let's play some Growth Spirals. It's a really good draw. That, unfortunately, though, not exactly what I'm looking for. I already have a Shadow's Verdict. I don't need another one. I need a land at the moment. Because otherwise, Fabled Passage is going to grab black for sure. But I want another land so I can cast my other cards, I guess. I mean, I need a green so I can play the Elder Nissa. So, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be the tough one. Green, red. Trollocrums, sure. Another familiar, sure. Okay, well, then I guess we're doing that instead. I'm going to destroy the Trollocrums. So I need black. Then we're going to play Binding of the Gods, destroy Trollocrums. Can't give him the card advantage. And yeah, there's just no way I'm going to give him the card advantage. No way. No way, Jose. We could still play Leyline next turn, and then Binding is going to grab us a land as well. So then the following turn, we could play like Shadow's Verdict or something. So currently, well, it's on board. We're fine, but let's see what else they do. Fatal Push. Okay, well. All right, so we have double blue. We have double black. We need green. So I'm thinking this one because it gives us green and it gives us red. So in case we draw Valky, so I'll grab this one. And then I'm just going to play the Leyline. That way, once these Cauldron Familiars die, then I can start, it just gets exiled, you know? That's why. I mean, obviously, he's probably going to have, what is that card? Reclamation Sage, I believe it is. He's probably going to have Reclamation Sage, but, you know, it is what it is. Not going to play this, you know? Because Leyline of the Void starts exiling your dudes. Binding of the Gods is going to trigger, so we technically have Revolt with Fatal Push here. That doesn't do anything. That does absolutely nothing. Alright. Witch's Oven does nothing. I think, do I want a Shadow's Verdict here? Probably not. I'm feeling like I want to drop Elder. Does he have a kill spell? If he has a kill spell, what could his kill spell be? Should I, since I have 2 Shadow's Verdict, should I just Shadow's Verdict? Sure. Let's just Shadow's Verdict. He's going to sack, obviously, want to create another food, but it's fine. They don't come back. And with Leyline and Shadow's Verdict, they're just gone. They're just gone. I could have casted the Elder here, and then, you know, because we're not taking too much damage with the Familiar, but it is what it is, you know. Exile, you create a food, blah, blah, blah. What else you got? You have like a Village Rites, random Village Rites in your deck? That'd be quite interesting if he did. We have Pulse against the big guy. What the heck is going on? I was like, why is he channeling like 3 mana? We have Pulse against, say, the big one, the 5 mana he can sack card, whatever it is. So why isn't he not playing anything? What's going on? So we have another black here. I'm gonna animate the black mana, since we have another black source. Otherwise, I don't want to be doing it on any of the other cards. I gotta also start attacking. A Braid. He brought in a Braid for the Grafdigger's cages. Ah, makes sense. Makes sense. He thought I was gonna bring in like Grafdigger's cages, but no, I brought in Leyline. Leyline's harder to deal with than, you know, Grafdigger's cage. Obviously a Braid. Trail of Crumbs. Ooh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna draw him a lot of cards. Well, he's gonna draw 1 right now, but down the line it's gonna draw him a lot of cards. Guess we got to pulse that. Otherwise he's gonna start gaining card advantage. We have what? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's a Mayhem Devil. That doesn't matter. Mayhem Devil does not matter. He actually shouldn't have even casted the Mayhem Devil, to be honest. 2, 4, yeah. Because, like, you know, he can't now even use Trail of Crumbs. What was the purpose of doing that? Do this. I'm going to animate the blue land here. Could animate, say, the Watery Graves, like a whole Fatal Push-Up, but I don't know if that's worth it. Might as well just do the blue land, but I also want to hold up Fatal Push. If I do that, yeah, let's just do that. Hold up Fatal Push. The only problem here I have is if he blocks, if he decides he wants to block. Because then I lose a blue and black source versus just the blue source. But I don't think he's blocking. Okay. Then just play this tapped. It's on you, opponent. Yeah, if he plays Trail of Crumbs, he should have not played Mayhem Devil. Because then he can't even use Trail of Crumbs' effect. So, like, that's fine. Thoughtseize doesn't matter now. Yeah, he shouldn't have he should have either casted Mayhem Devil and that's it, or used just Trail of Crumbs. Leaving himself without the mana to use Trail of Crumbs was not worth it. Okay, that doesn't matter. Oh, you can sack it, I guess. Sure. So you can... Why would he keep claim to the Firstborn left in his deck? So... Untap that creature. Oh, that kind of sucks. Okay. Well, we're going to create black anyways. And it untaps regardless. If he decides to sack it, I could Fatal Push the Mayhem. He can't attack. Sure. Do you want to target? No, wait, what? Isn't Revolt activated? Oh, Revolt's not activated. Oops. That's fine. Okay. Never mind. It got sacked on his side, so never mind. But that doesn't do anything. Now we can Revolt. That's fine. Resolves. I'll grab another green source. Because of Nissa's in play. Now we can Revolt to kill the Mayhem Devil. Use the plus on the Watery Grave, I guess. Sack, sure. Do some more damage to Nissa. Sure. Plus here. Let's add this to hand. Let's attack. I'm going to draw a card, obviously. Another Nissa. I should have technically drew a card first to see what I draw instead of tapping the 3 mana. But, alright, we still won. So, either way. But yeah, I should have done it the other way first. Hey YouTube, welcome to the TopDeckKing channel. Thanks everyone who subscribed so far, to all the new people here joining the channel here. If you haven't done so and you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. I post videos weekly, usually 2 to 4 videos weekly.
I mix it up between historic and standard. So it's gonna be, one week might be just all standard, one week might be all historic, or mix up. This week we've done a mix up of both historic and standard. It all just comes down to what I'm feeling like. If the one format is stale versus the other, but we do both formats. So if you're enjoying this, you like this video, you like the deck tech, you like the sideboard guide, the gameplay, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, that notification, because I post videos weekly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the deck. So as you saw, we're playing Sultai Ultimatum in Historic. Obviously, this deck is powerful in Standard already. So I figured, well, it's going to be probably powerful in Historic also, because we get access to Historic cards like Fatal Push or Growth Spiral, and Explore, and Maelstrom Pulse is amazing. We get Narsets, we get Nissas, Lilianas. So, overall commit, this deck would be good in Historic. So we put this together, and we're actually doing very, very well. And of course, I figured, it's doing well in his standard, it might do well in Historic. Obviously, there's a bigger pool in Historic, so it might not do well. But surprisingly, this deck did very well so far in Historic. So here's the deck. As far as any changes, I'm not really sure. Maybe Shadow's Verdict 3 of seems a little bit much. I don't know if I need, because I've always, Languish and Yahine's expertise were usually all I need. But obviously, if there's a lot of aggro, Girl aggro, Jund Sacrifice, Rakdos Arcanus, kind of like that, this card's obviously going to be great to exile, the cat, the Arcanus, and all that stuff. So it might just be very well, and maybe I just played against too much control in the current meta. Maybe, I don't know, played some fringe decks. But that's the only thing that I can see of that I might change as far as what to put in. I don't know. It's because, like I said, I played against control kind of, so you could also main deck a Thought Distortion if you're playing against a lot of control, but it depends. Or you can even just take one of these out for an Extinction event. Yahine's expertise is actually surprisingly was doing very well for me, so maybe even another one of that, because most of the time I casted it and I was able to play Omen or Narset for free or something like that, or even Growth Spiral and Explore. So, but let's go ahead and get to the sideboard guide. So far, I'm going to give you a sideboard guide for 4 decks at the moment, because these are the 4 more popular decks of the format. There obviously you're going to play other decks like Goblins and other stuff, but the 4 decks I have in mind right now is Gruul Aggro, Rakdos Arcanus, Jund Sacrifice, and it looks like Bat Mid-Range has been climbing the ladder. So those are the 4 decks I'm going to give you a sideboard guide to. Of course, there are other decks. Like I said, there's the Goblins deck. There's maybe a little bit of blue-white here and there. But as far as currently the meta, the last week or two, those have been the top decks being played. So the first deck I am going to give you a sideboard guide is to Rakdos Arcanus. And for Rakdos Arcanus, this is what my sideboard looks like. So what I bring in is 4 Leyline of the Voids, 1 Extinction event, and what I take out is 3 Binding of the Old Gods, 1 Alrund's Epiphany, and 1 Kior Best of the Sea God. So obviously you want the Leylines in because they're a graveyard deck. Dreadhorde Arcanus, Loras, Cruxa. They're a graveyard deck, so having this in play, opening hand, even hard casting it, I guess, is still fine. But having it in play, opening hand, is amazing. And in the colors they're in, they most likely won't have an answer to this. They will have an answer to Grafdigger's Cage. They'll have a Braid and stuff like that to kill Grafdigger's Cage, but they won't have an answer to Leyline of the Void because it's an enchantment. So obviously you want the Leyline of the Voids to exile their graveyard. It's very key to exile their graveyard since they're a graveyard recursion. And 1 Extinction event because it's just there to say if Young Pyromancer kind of gets out of hand or something and creates a bunch of tokens, or Cruxa, most of the creatures he's playing that matter are even, so you could just call even and wipe the whole board. Cards I take out is, obviously, I take out 3 Binding of the Old Gods because the creatures they're playing is Young Pyromancer, Dreadhorde Arcanus, Cruxa. they kind of already gain value in its sense, and they're 2-drop. So if I'm playing a 4 mana cost to kill a 2-drop, it's not very mana efficient on my part, and they're just gonna already by then use their effects. So this is not gonna matter. I cut some of the high curve cards like Alrund's Epiphany and Cure. We still have one more Alrund's Epiphany in the deck, but we cut one just so we could curve it down. And same with Cure, Best of the Sea God. Cure, Best of the Sea God obviously is good. It's an 8/8 that they cannot deal with because their cards are, target creature, still target creature, or destroy target creature. Being an 8/8 hexproof is amazing, but this is going to be a 7 mana card. Even if I ultimatum into this, ultimatum costs 7 mana. So regardless of how you put it, it's a 7 mana play. And against a deck that mainly plays 2 mana and 1 mana cards, you don't really want to be playing a 7 mana card against them. So I bring in, like I said, the 4 ley lines, 1 extinction, cut the 3 Binding of the Gods, 1 Alrund's Epiphany, and 1 Kiora, Best the Sea God against Rakdos Arcanus. Now, the next deck we're going to do a sideboard guide to is Jund Sacrifice. And it looks like this might be the most popular deck at the moment, which makes sense. I mean, it's a very consistent deck. It has a lot of play against other creature decks. It can, kill control straight up with just the cat oven combo. So it makes sense to why this deck is very popular. And same kind of as the other deck, we bring in 4 Leyline of the Voids, 1 Extinction Event, and we cut 2 Negates, 1 Narset, 1 Alrund's, and 1 Kiora's Best Sea God. So you obviously bring in the Leyline of the Voids and the Extinction Event is because, once again, they're not really a graveyard recursion deck like the Rakdos Arcanus deck is. Because the Arcanus deck, uses Loras, it uses the spell that brings back a creature from the graveyard, and they can give it haste. They run Loras, they run Dreadhorde Arcanus, they run Cruxa, so they run a lot of graveyard recursion. Whereas this deck, the Jund Sacrifice, the only graveyard recursion they really running is like Woe Strider and the cat. But those 2 cards are very important, especially the cat. And this also prevents dying triggers because it exiles it and it doesn't go to the graveyard. So that's another key aspect of the card, that it's an exile clause versus, it's the same thing with like Rest in Peace and whatnot. If it doesn't go, Rest in Peace is the exact same way. It gets exiled rather than go to the graveyard. So you want that effect in there. Same with and then Extinction Event you want, because they do play a lot more creatures here. So Extinction Event is going to be good against them. And then when you cut is 2 Negates. So I cut Negates here versus and not in the Rakdos Arcanus deck, because the Rakdos Arcanus deck is a lot of spells, whereas the Jund Sacrifice deck is a lot of creature effects. So we cut the Negates because they're just going to use creature effects to win the game. We cut 1 Narset because they can easily just kill it. We cast it on turn 3, they're going to kill it on their turn 3. There's no way we can really protect it. We don't run any creatures here, so I cut 1 Narset. And then same with the Alrund's Epiphany and Kiora's Best the Sea God. It's a 7 mana. Those are both 7 mana cost cards. So I'm just going to cut them because I want to play somewhat earlier game. And my 7 mana play of Emergent Ultimatum is already a strong enough play that I can cut one in one of these and just keep up the Ultimatum. Because this is, after all, an Ultimatum deck. So like I said, we cut the 4 ley lines, we bring in the 4 ley lines, 1 Extinction Event, and we cut the 2 Negates, Narset, 1 Narset, 1 Alrund's Epiphany, and 1 Kiora Best the Sea God against Jund Sac. Like I said, here's the ley line. If a card would be put into the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So there's a lot of die triggers in the Jund Sacrifice deck that won't work because they don't go to the graveyard. What is it? The Midnight Reaper doesn't work. I think it's the Dreadhorde, the 2-drop, when he dies, it does damage equal to its counters, doesn't work. So those 2 cards right off the bat are key. Not to mention it exiles the cat, Woe Strider, and stuff like that. So that's what I do against Jund Sacrifice. Now, the other deck that you will see is popular is obviously going to be Gruul Aggro. Gruul Aggro has been around in Historic for a long time, and it's not going to be leaving anytime soon. It's just a very consistent, good deck. And against this deck, I bring in 3 Elder Gargarots, 1 Shark Typhoon, 1 Extinction Event. What I cut out is 2 Negates, 1 Narset, 1 Kiora's Best the Sea God, and 1 Alrund's Epiphany. So the Elder Gargarots are there because it's a 5 mana 6/6, and they can't get past a 5 mana 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, outside of an Embercleave. If they attack with their 3/3s or 3/2s or 2/2s, 1/1s, whatever it is, I get to block it, create a 3/3 or gain 3 life or draw a card, and then I can on my turn attack because it has Vigilance. So like this card's amazing against them for 5 mana, especially since we're ramping. It won't be turn 5 where we cast it. We'll easily be able to cast it turn 4, if not maybe even actually. Maybe not turn 3, but turn 4 you can easily cast it. 1 Shark Typhoon because this is, so I bring in Shark Typhoon because of Emergent Ultimatum, so I can grab it with that Ultimatum, and then I play it, and now all my spells will start creating bodies. And since they're an aggro deck, if I start creating a bunch of bodies, I can start winning the race, and I can block all their creatures, trade with their creatures, and then start getting aggressive on my own with the Shark Typhoons, or the Shark Foons, or whatever you want to call them. And then 1 Extinction Event because they run a lot of creatures, so exiling their creatures, having access to 3 Shadows, Verdict, Languish, Yahini's Expertise, and an Extinction Event would be really great against this deck, on top of spot removal like Fatal Push, Maelstrom Pulse, Binding of the Old Gods, Liliana. So it would be good. And obviously we're cutting 2 Negates because I think they run something like 20 plus 30 creatures, so Negate's not really going to do anything against their deck. Yes, it can counter like Embercleave or the front side of Stomp, but that's not really worth it to keep Negate in. If they already have a lot of creatures in play, this is not going to do anything. 1 Narset Part of Veil is because I cast this on turn 3, they kill it on turn 3. They're going to have already probably 2 to 3 power in play on turn 3 with Elf and the 2-drop 3/2 guy, or the 1-drop. It's just going to have so much power in play already that it's not going to matter. And then once again, Kiora's Best the Sea God and Alrund's Epiphany we cut. Those are 7 mana cost cards. We do not want 7 mana cost cards against an aggro deck. We already have 4 ultimatums in the deck. We just don't need more 7 mana cost cards. So that's what we do against Gruul Aggro. Now this Bat deck is something new that's been popping up. It looks like it's a good deck. I think I haven't played against it yet, but as far as Sideboard guide, since you're going to play it, looks like it's one of the top 3 to 4 decks from the websites that I see that's being played. I haven't personally played against it, but if I did play against it, this is how I would Sideboard. We actually have quite a bit against this deck. So we bring in 3 Mystical Disputes, 2 Shark Typhoons, 1 Thought Distortion, and 3 Elder Gargarots. What I cut out, since they're just mainly a ramp/planeswalker deck, I cut out 4 Fatal Push, 1 Languish, 1 Yahini's Expertise, and 3 Shadows Verdict. They're mainly playing planeswalkers and ramp in their deck, with the exception of I think like 2 Yasharns and like 2 Hydroid Grixis. So their win condition is Nissa. I don't need these creature removals. I just have to kill Nissa, and then I could deal with the creatures easily with my own Nissa or even Liliana's, Vornclags. There's other things I can use to kill the creatures or prevent them from attacking me, that I just want to remove my creature removal, since they're kind of I put them they're like a tap out control deck in a sense, because they are just playing cards and then tapping out. They have a few counter spells, but that's not really their game plan. Their game plan is just to tap out every turn and then just try to drop big threats. And so Mystical Dispute's good against them because they're running a bunch of Planeswalkers, Grixis, all that stuff. We want to have counter magic against them. Shark Typhoon's good because we can cycle it at end step, create a flyer, and then tack down like Nissa or something like that, or a Teferi. Thought Distortion, they're, like I said, with the exception of 4 creatures, 3 to 4 creatures, they're all spells, and Thought Distortion will just pretty much discard almost their whole hand. And then Elder Gargaroth, once again, this is another way to combat, say, Nissa lands. We just cast an Elder Gargaroth, and either we trade with 2 lands and create a 3/3, or, you know, draw a card or gain life. But we get to trade with 2 of their lands, or they chump block, or they let Nissa die. So that's what we bring in against the Bat mid-range deck. And like I said, as far as the other decks, you know, there's goblins and whatnot, but those are kind of on the fringe. So, I mean, you can't be prepared against every deck, but having a sideboard against, you know, 4, maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 decks would be good. And so that's what I have as a sideboard guide. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give this deck a try if you have the cards. It's a very good deck. It's fun when you start playing Ultimatum. But yeah, if you give it a try, let me know. Let me know how you feel about the deck. If there's any changes you would make to the deck, or if there's any cards that I haven't seen that would be good in this deck, go ahead and mention it in the comments down below. Of course, check the video description. I have the Stream Decker link, so you can copy this deck to Arena. You can export it to Arena, so you don't have to type every single card. So check the description. And thank you everyone for watching. And please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video.